It's currently 7/5/26, roughly 07:05. This is a more kind of a part 2 to my video. Blacks are or I guess our rubber title are compromised, and citing 1 Kings 11:1-8. Even more so, Joshua 23. 22. 12-13. If you marry these nations and go into them, they shall be a thorn in your eye, meaning shall cause you to stray. And I shall not push them out of the land, and you shall utterly be destroyed. First, see, that's why the kingdom fell under Sulumon's watch. 1 Kings 11:1-8 states that he married, as the laws of Moses said, the king shall not multiply wives, riches, nor bow to idols. He did all of that. He even bowed to one of the tribes who bowed to Molech. And it says also to kill anybody who bows to Molech. He married those women, those women of that idol worshiping nation. Also the Hittites and Jebusites, those in whom in Psalms 83 what has changed? Those in Psalms 83, the nations of the Amorites, they are confederate against thy chosen ones. He married those. He's a traitor to, as you see today, to his own people. He married the very nations that are against the people. Is it when you read 1 Samuel or 2 Samuel? No, or it could be 1 Kings, where it said, you have to get 1 Kings chapter 1. He says he asked for wisdom and understanding, or it could be Samuel, and it says because for what? Not so he can be the world's greatest, so he can judge his people properly, rule over them properly. But then when he gets to this power, he goes and marries the nations that are looking to destroy his people. And what it says, the women of those nations, what caused him to stray? As I stated, you're compromised if you want to love everybody, because you're gonna, especially if you have children with them, you're going to be more in between and maybe even rob for them more than your own culture. That's why I said it don't matter, because I don't have time to worry about sex. I'm worried about my extermination. And if I do worry about it, it's got to be with your own culture, because even that you got a hard time figuring out who for you. I don't want to have to figure out if he, she, it, whatever is for, obviously not for the black people, but is willing to fight and die for me. If you ain't marked that box before you even went into that being, you're a fucking coon. If you don't got the benefit of your people and the children which you already have as a top priority in life, and you worry about fucking, oh, she got a wagon. And guess what? I just figured out where it's all the John, at least most celebrities, all those guys, big booties, they get injections from dead corpse, in which it eliminates a lot of the DNA. Therefore, this is the living tissue is able to gel more with the living tissue. That's what these nations are doing, and even you now. I don't know why the black women are doing it, but that's what some of them are doing anyway, injecting dead flesh. You know how sick and nasty that John is? Blood injection. That's what it is. Dead corpse. So somebody goes to that extent for, she's already mentally destroyed. And you worry about being with that person, and you're talking about, well, at least if you're arrested, a lot of them join this. I said, you see, they caused them to stray, to not care. I said a lot of them, see, Asians, they're not Asians, just their way of being. That free loving man, I can't be with a free loving being because I'm at war for my being. I can't afford to be with that person. Let's be here. Nah, man. revolution, ready to die. I can't be with that person because she ain't ready. She ain't ready to die. Mel said exactly, or she said she ain't ready to die for me. If I got kids, it's not from her. Is she gonna die for my kids? I got two black parents, not even mixed. Is she gonna die for my kids? No. That's why I ain't with you. See? So, are you gonna have to die for mine? No. I was ready to stand together, fall together. I was ready to fight for those one, man. Fuck everybody. That was over 15 years, stand together, fall together. 11 years ago, March. And so those who you were willing to fight with, have they fought for you? No. The Most High has revealed my enemy to me. Or was you? Nope. Was willing to fight with the righteous and willing to die? Nope. Why would I? I would be a fool, right? Because you ain't gonna do it anyway. I would be more of a fool. They sit here and watch you for over a decade plus be persecuted and didn't do shit, and then go put my life on the line for you and your children. I would be the ultimate dumbest, cooniest dickhead in the fucking world. Hell no. The fuck you talking? Yeah, Bill, look at that. Are you gonna die? It doesn't matter. But I'm cool. See how you all emotionally mad that I ain't gonna fight for you, but you won't fight for me, which you already admitted to, and that's why they got their animosity, because they already know the answer. So they mad, and you got them in their emotions, and going to return the favor or the question, are you going to die for me? Nope. So by that, the reason why you can't mix with these nations, because they not going to die and fight. I got to push people out of my own culture that loves her more than her own people, or him more than, man, I'm cool. See all that animosity? Because you just touched their core. You ain't going, no, I'm not. I was willing to fight with, I'm still, if need be, put my life on the line for the mission. But you already showed me you going to let such and such be persecuted openly. And don't do shit to aid them. And Mary has not only me, Mary has, why you been fighting for faggot rights, Asian protection rights, immigrant rights. I'm still being killed. Dr. Richie Rashad show, and it ain't never stopped. Fuck no, I ain't riding for you and your fucking kids. Fuck no. You sit here and watch me be persecuted and murdered and hopped over me for Asian Protection Acts, for Jewish. They even give reparations to Jewish and whatever people who ain't gonna do it with America ain't do shit too. Asian, what the fuck? Hell no. You crazy, yo. But see, it wasn't asked like out of concern, like, yo, I'm ready to die for you, ready to, no. It was out of malice because he knows he's not going to do it. So not like out of concern, like, hey, I'm ready to fight for you, man. You ain't going to fight for me? Come on, man. No, it's on some mad shit because he already know the answer is no. There, see? And look at the end of my, and you would see wisdom of Sulumon. A lot of them, as I stated, were there purposely to get them astray, to make you, because what did it say before it? Oh, no, right after that. Nehemiah, Ezra, Esther, those same nations. The whole book of Esther, 1 through 8, and really most of 9, was plotting to eliminate Israel. Only way they were saved or spared or not allowed to happen, Mordecai was found to have saved the king, and he gave him the ring of Haman, who was the leader, the ringleader, to getting them killed, or the plot to kill them. And he reversed the decree against the Israelites that they should not die around the lands. Those are the same nations he had. I was wrong. 700 wives and 300 concubines. And as it stated, they turned his heart from the Most High and the bow to the, as you see many blacks doing today, to idol worship. All type of strange behavior, especially sexually. Took their minds away from the mission, his mind from judging his people. And he says he was a lover of women and more worried about pleasing the enemy nations. In whom, once he died, once again, Psalm 83 is after 1 Kings, right? Nehemiah, Ezra, and one more prophet, the rebuilding in the captivity. Could be Jeremiah. No, I don't think it's Jeremiah. It's another prophet, or I think probably Zephaniah. Yeah, 3 prophets are showing coming out of Babylon and how they hindered you the whole time. Well, it even states we had to pay them tribute to Artaxerxes or Darius, one of the kings from Babylon. They told, don't let them rebuild, because remember of days of old, we had to pay them tribute. Don't let them do this. Nehemiah, they only came to harass them, so he never came down to talk to them and more focused on rebuilding the kingdom. So as you see, the fall for Jerusalem was because Sulumon married, and it's saying right there, because of your father Dawood's sake, it will not fall but in your son Rehoboam's. That's why in the Cabron of Gas is given to his first son Menelik, who took it to Ethiopia. But all the firstborn elders and wise men of the council. Because he already did, because chasing these, as look at them, see, getting mad. As you see today, they're plotting your destruction, and these nations ain't doing shit about it. And hopping in front of you, I say about the video, for a bill in which they know damn well if they were so righteous and upstanding, they should have no hands on until you get yours. And even since they talk about they're not fighting for you and dying for you, shouldn't get it anyway and go get their own. As the Mexican boy said about like Brown versus something, or Boer versus Brown, whatever the fuck, how the civil rights was, they cited that to help springboard to get civil rights. They didn't use it, they cited it, so they can cite civil rights bills, but still while working. See, black men, the old black man has never been a follower and use somebody else. That's them. They try to say, one Mexican boy in California said blacks owe it because they cited, they didn't use Brown versus the board or whatever for Mexicans to get rights to work. Yeah, they cited it. They didn't use it. So you go cite civil rights bills and get your own bill. He's so gay and emotional. He's actually giving me, that means I didn't, because they going through the same, or I thought anyway, the same struggle as me. How I look using their shit and not fighting for my shit. Look at him, see? I'm cool. Cite civil rights, but don't use it. And get your own off of that, how they got their own, or the elders got their own off of that, if they want to say it anyway. I doubt it, but the right to work. Like I said, he was fighting for working. But but that was a consolation prize, because Black Wall Street and Elder Garvey, the Black Star Line was enterprise, meaning boss. He wanted to be a slave, wetback ass spick laborer. I wanted to be, that was me having to now go that route, because you saw every time you start building your own, 2 times within a decade spread apart, not even, he always comes to destroy it. So now you gotta take another route. But before that, we boss. He asked nobody for shit, nobody, no working rights. We made black, they ain't got white Wall Street, brown Wall Street, whatever, Asian, they ain't got none of those Wall Streets. And we did it while being lynched openly. Yeah, man, look at it, I don't care. I'm proud of the conscience of my culture. We did it without while being oppressed when he still ain't do it till this fucking day. And the majority of his people live in the middle of nowhere or in here, broke as shit. And all he could do is hinder you and talk shit on you. But you see, I told you, racism is envy. He still can't do it. All the technology, yo, he's still a fucking bum. And you did it while they can take you in the woods or openly and lynch the fuck out of you and kill you. It wouldn't go to jail. You made it then. Imagine doing that now. He sit here crying. They say everything out of his mouth is hindering you and never bigging himself up. That's envy. He knows he can't compete. So he just, what I say, he knows he's gonna die like a super bitch. Like I say, he's been the gay since Greece anyway. He just don't want you to have it. He know he can't do it. He has never done it. Never. Where is it? Where's White Wall Street? Why the majority of whites in poverty? You understand the equivalence, right? I was openly, that means he could come take me. That's why they bombed Black Wall Street and none of them were ever arrested. Openly bombed it. You tell me you can't find one person that did it? Not one. Not one. Right. That's the time in which they built Black Wall Street. He should have White Wall Street because he came out of slavery. What are you talking about? This nigga got slaves. Man, he should have been up a quadrillion fold. But they were, as it says, the average slave overseer was broke as shit. All he did was drink. And like I said, since 4th of July, he would go rape and want to fuck all day. That's why I say he got you Sulumon. Got you adopting this culture. He would go rape your grandmom or my grandmom or great-great-grandmom or my great-great-grandpop for fun. That's all he did was drink and fuck. The average overseer was dumb, illiterate. The people who had money was the masters. And even a lot of them were, see, they show you the movie, were broke or in debt. So he couldn't even do it while oppressing you. You did it while he could take you and lynch you. Openly. And you made Black Wall Street. He out here working with me just as hard as me. How? Fucking how? All the advantages? And like I said, well, what's their advantage? What do they do? They roll on you. That's a felony assault, felony lethal force. That means they can't get no government jobs. So that's what they comment for doing. Every other race. It never got arrested. It's still a bum. They arrest you for marijuana, 1 gram. All types to hinder you. He did the most craziest shit in history and still does today. Not charged and still a fucking bum. Still a bum. Racism, it ain't hate. It's envy. He can never build Kemet. He can never go around the world and helping them to get out of their situation. He can and has never done it. He had the Romans. They were in power pre the Christ. The Greeks, 3,000 years, right? So even exactly, and has never done it. That's all they really got. Never done it. What I did. And educated the whole world, especially a lot of the world, the Dravidians or Dawoodians, the offspring of Dawood, are those other nations that are still brown. He's the Azrians that did the same. It wanted to spoil your seed. That's why even in Mexico, they hide the black Mexicans and put their type, or especially the lighter hues, Puerto Rico and all that, put the lighter ones on the front stream and put all the black Asians with afros. Never see them, right? They on the hillsides in the backwoods of Japan and China. So as you see, First Kings 11, by chasing these nations, you fell. He married the same nations who in Esther and through the Old Testament, especially Psalms 83, are confederate against you and desire your extermination. And as it said, caused him to stumble, as Moses told you and Joshua told you in 23, 12, 13 of Joshua. And I can't find Molech in the Bible. It says that he married those the Sidonians, whatever they call it, who worship Molech. You can Google that. Moses had to kill those who bow down to Molech. I got it in my notes, but I don't know the exact, but it's in the laws of Moses. He married those nations who bow down, and it says idol worship. Laws of Moses said the king shall never do that, but he shall make a covenant of the law, meaning still following the law, so he can judge. And that's why he said he asked for wisdom and understanding to judge his people, and they took him away from judging his people correctly. So this is part 2. Blacks, since we on that shit, you're compromised. Return, that's how they can do.